So I think this is 4 in a row now that we've had butts and seats. Yeah, love that. Just setting records left and right. Our YouTube channel has more than 61,000 views now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Um, it's can't remember the number now. I think it's 932 viewing hours in the last year,
Wow.
which is pretty cool because that's like 2.5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like, like when I look at it, I know it's not the biggest account on YouTube, but when I think about averaging more than 2 hours a day of people watching our stuff, I'm like, oh, that's awesome,
Like, it takes attention. You know, like
right?
people are doing it. Yeah.
Right? And I got to be with clients or doing whatever other thing and still get that info to people. It's like I photocopied myself. It's like,
It's true.
yeah, cool. All right, so let's jump into this. Today, the simple supplement strategies we're going to talk about are collagen and gelatin related. We're going to do some basic collagen facts. We're going to go into different types of collagen. We're going to go into little helpers for collagen. Throughout this workshop, what I want to focus on is that there's a lot of bad info about collagen and gelatin. And surprisingly, it's a regular thing for me to hear that people are being told by healthcare providers to avoid collagen. So I got to nip that in the bud. First things first, some basic collagen facts. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. We're going to talk about the different parts of your body that are collagen dependent. It is the most abundant protein in the body. Collagen makes up about 30% of your body's total protein. So there are quite a few different types of protein in our body, but collagen is 30% of those. Collagen is the primary building block of skin, muscles, bones, intestinal lining, and connective tissues. So this is some like major stuff. This is some critical stuff. Often when we are told about protein, it's just for the sake of muscle growth or to fill you up, leave you feeling full or satiated. But really we should be talking about protein, we should be talking about collagen and thinking of our skin health and our bone health and our gut health and all that. Collagen is found in blood vessels, and I need to write this down because I have to talk about this later. There is a really common health problem nowadays, and there is a lousy medical solution for it. So I want to talk about how collagen is related to that medical issue and why I think that medical issue has been on the rise for a while. Collagen is made out of 3 amino acids: glycine, hydroxyproline, and proline. It's also made out of vitamin C, zinc, copper, manganese, and sulfur. It's not just protein. Now, to be clear, collagen that's inside of our bodies, not the stuff that we get out of the canister and put in our coffee or our smoothie, but the collagen that's in our bodies, all of those different things. I want to make sure real quick that we're understanding what amino acids are, because you're going to hear this word a couple of times. They are the building blocks of protein. So if you are going to build a protein house, cute little roof, it's got a front door. There's even a little window right there. Oh, love it. Okay. Doorknob, little window. Who's at my door? All right. If you're going to build a protein house, when you are putting those bricks in place, each one of those bricks is a different amino acid. Amino acid, amino acid, amino acid. Whatever protein it is, whether it's plant-based or animal-based, whether it's on your plate or part of your body, when we are talking about protein, protein is made out of amino acids. There are 22 different amino acids. It's quite a few. They all have a different role. We'll get into that more in the next workshop that we're doing on Thursday. But for now, I just want you to understand, when you're building protein in your body, it is made out of amino acids. When there's protein on your plate, whatever the source is, it's made out of amino acids. Cool. Collagen supports new cell growth in the middle layer, the dermis, of your skin. I'm going to draw this one also. So when it comes to skin, we have multiple layers, okay? And this middle layer, the dermis, it helps to push up the skin that's at the very surface so the old stuff can slough off like it's supposed to. It's designed to do that. And the dermis, when it is plump, when it has good structure within it, it will actually hold up the layers above it. And that's one of the things that will fill out your skin. So that helps decrease the appearance of wrinkles. That helps get us away from crepe skin. Have you heard that term? Okay, cool. I've had a bunch of clients asking about it lately. It's a popular term right now. So this layer can help hold up the layers above it, and it requires collagen and water to do that. Think of it like it's like a water balloon effect. If you don't have enough water, you don't fill up the balloon enough, and then it can't help hold up those outer layers of skin. That structural stuff, that's majorly collagen dependent. And last but not least, for the quick facts or basic facts, there is more than one type of collagen. There are a lot of different types. We're going to talk about some of the most important. When we ingest a collagen supplement, if we have the right nutrients with it, like the vitamin C, the zinc, copper, manganese, and sulfur, our body can convert one type of collagen into another type of collagen. So we don't have to eat every type of collagen necessarily. Questions on the basics? Online, we're good. In the classroom, we're setting a record. This is 4 consecutive workshops where we've had butts and seats. That's awesome. We love that. All right, collagen types and where they are. So if you want to sound really smart about collagen, memorize this list. So when you're talking to people about collagen, you can say type 1 is in skin, bone, tendon, and ligament. Type 1 makes up 90% of the total collagen inside of your body. Type 2 is all about cartilage. I especially think of this when I'm thinking about clients with knee problems. Our knees are load bearing pretty much all day when we're on our feet. They don't get as much of a rest compared to some other joints. Things like our shoulders and our elbows, they do bear loads, but not as often as our knees do. Type 3 collagen is all about muscles, arteries, and organs. Again, we're going to come back to that because arteries are a type of blood vessel. Type 4 is all about your skin. And type 5 is eyes, skin, hair, and placenta. You can drive yourself kind of nutty trying to find supplements that have all these types. 2 things. 1, when we have the right nutrients with any type of collagen, it'll convert to other types of collagen. And 2, if you do want to ingest all these different types of collagen, eat bone broth. It's the easiest way to do it. Bone broth has all the types of collagen in it. You can use chicken feet, you can use oxtail, you can use beef bones, turkey bones, gizzard. It all counts. It's all good. It's no surprise that the most common bone broth at home making we hear about from clients is after Thanksgiving because they have the turkey carcass. So they have the bones and all the stuff to make their own broth. Slow cooker, leave it overnight. Beautiful. You have all the types of collagen. All right, so let's go into some non-collagen collagen support. If you have more questions after I go through this just about collagen, we have a separate handout dedicated just to collagen. But for now, I want to talk about a lot of the things that I think have confused some of the health practitioners that say collagen is bad for you, don't take it. In the basic facts section, there was a list of synergistic nutrients. And here's how I recommend you get them. The first one was vitamin C. And there are lots of whole food vitamin C options from Standard Process, 44 of them to be exact. And in my experience, the best options for supporting collagen are these 2, C Synergy and Cyruta Plus. These are the ones when I've had clients on them throughout the years with their collagen, they come back reporting, hey, the blood vessel issue got better, my skin looks better, that kind of stuff. Because I use Cyruta Plus so much for this issue, I want to jump into the blood vessel thing real quick. If we have a blood vessel, let's say it's that hose right there, and blood is trying to flow through it. Collagen is a big part of what actually makes up the wall of that blood vessel. If that wall starts to thin at any point, like right in that section, or if it flat out gets a hole in it, even a tiny, tiny hole, your body is going to use some plumber's putty on that spot. By any chance, do you know what the body makes to use as plumber's putty? It's one of the big C's, cholesterol.
For the record, I said that, but I was on mute.
Ah, okay, well done though.
Oh.
Very well done. Full marks. Full marks. Cholesterol. Even if we don't eat cholesterol, if we are on a totally vegetarian, vegan diet or lifestyle, our liver will make cholesterol. That is how important it is to our body. And one of the purposes of cholesterol is if you're springing a leak in a blood vessel, which could ultimately kill you due to internal bleeding, it's going to take cholesterol and slap it right on there. But the problem is cholesterol is not very efficient, so there often has to be more of it, and that starts to slow blood flow through that blood vessel, through that hose. That making sense so far? So what we want to do is we want to nourish up these walls so if they're thinning or if they have holes in them, we can actually help the body repair them and get it back to normal so there's the potential for normal blood flow through there. In this point in human history, there is less collagen getting consumed from whole food sources like eating the whole animal. People buy boneless wings instead of bone-in wings, so they aren't eating the connective tissue, which is very collagen rich when they're having chicken wings. Little tweaks like that. We used to order steaks that were always bone-in. That means there was more collagen. Now we tend to get cuts that don't have any bone. There's less collagen in those cuts. Okay? And because we're eating less of the collagen for the structure of the walls, the blood vessels, our body is going to make more cholesterol, slap it on there, but it's inefficient, so it starts to block the blood flow. One of the best ways I help clients who are being told their cholesterol is high and they need a statin is using Ceruta Plus with a lot of collagen. But I guarantee most medical doctors will not tell you that when you go in. So I wanted to make sure I said it. I feel way better. I'm going to sleep like a babe tonight. Next synergistic nutrient is zinc. All my favorite zinc products contain liver as one of the ingredients. Liver is also a good source of collagen, actually. This means those zinc products also contain copper. Zinc complex by standard process, this one, it's one of their little bottles, contains zinc and liver. And they actually use this one in some of their other products like Livoplex and Immuplex. Because we need those nutrients for a lot of things. Collagen is one of them, but also for the functioning of our liver and the functioning of our immune system. Next synergistic nutrient is manganese. And this trace mineral is often confused with magnesium. That's different. Whole food sources of manganese are found in the following supplements: Biost, Biodent, and Ostrophin. We actually moved quite a bit of these yesterday, so I only have Biodent to show you. Otherwise, I'd hold up a Biost and an Ostrophin with it. It's also in some products like manganese B12 and trace minerals B12. There's other products like Ligoplex 1, glucosamine synergy, Ligoplex 2. What I'm trying to say here, you have a lot of choices for how to get your manganese depending upon your individual needs. I don't want that to be overwhelming. If you're trying to figure out which one you need, just ask. Okay. Typically, for teeth and bones, if we want to support the collagen in teeth and bones, we're going to use the Biost, the Biodent, and the Ostrophin. If we're trying to support skin, we're more likely going to use manganese or trace minerals B12. And for connective tissue like joints, the Ligoplex 1, the Ligoplex 2, and the glucosamine synergy are all the most common options. Next synergistic nutrient is sulfur. This is one of the most important minerals for liver function and collagen formation. And the best source is also the best supplement ever. The one only, Lori's raising her hands. So is Kelly. You guys can't see each other. And you did the same thing. Oh man. I wish I had a camera right here for that. Pointing that way. That was great. Thank you both. Spanish black radish. It's my favorite of all time. I say that a lot, and I bring it up in a lot of workshops. And the reason I do that is because I want you to understand why I get so excited about Spanish black radish. Because when I talk about skin health, it comes up. When I talk about liver health, it comes up. When I talk about protein, it comes up. All these different topics. We're going to do a kidney workshop later in the fall. It's going to come up for that also. There's all these times where I go, man, Spanish black radish really helps this issue. So I bring it up in the workshops so y'all can understand why I get so excited about Spanish black radish, or SBR for short. You can watch for some 3D apparel coming out with SBR on it. So I got to make sure y'all know that SBR is Spanish black radish. Questions on this page before we move forward? Everybody's good. All right, let's flip it. I want to talk a little bit about gelatin, and I'm going to do a little bit of drawing with this. Gelatin protein is derived from collagen. It's made of the same amino acids, the glycine, the hydroxyproline, and the proline, and the same nutrients, the vitamin C, the zinc, the copper, the manganese, the sulfur. The difference is the size of the proteins. Gelatin has a shorter structure and tolerates high impact better than collagen. The majority of gelatin in the body is in the connective tissue, especially joints. Quick fun fact, did you know human knees can withstand more than 2,000 pounds of force when healthy? And this is due to the gelatin structure found in the tendons and ligaments. Yeah, I'm not going to try it. But if you think about it, if a person who weighs 150 pounds jumps from a height of 4 feet, because they are accelerating towards the ground, their weight is going to get multiplied. It's not 150 pounds of impact when they land, it's close to 1,000 pounds of impact. So that's pretty incredible that we can watch people do this multiple times. I think of a video I saw of a firefighter jumping out of a split level house's window, so probably 6 or 7 feet out of the ground, with a little kid in his arms. And the house was bad, so they weren't going out the front door. So they hopped out the window and landed and took off running. And I was like, the force with the gear and the human and knees can do that when they're healthy. And one of the ways we keep them healthy is gelatin. So let's look at this. I'm going to use green for gelatin. Gelatin and collagen proteins are like a three-piece rope that's kind of woven together, but it's structural, which is pretty cool. And they cross each other, which gives them increased stability. Think about it like when you're trying to tie something down in a moving truck or the back of a pickup truck. If you cross the tie downs, that item is more secure. Same thing with this. When we cross these protein strands, the structure becomes more stable. When we look at collagen, it is still three strands put together like that, but they are longer strands. Same idea, same shape, similar structure, but because the collagen ones are longer, they don't do the high impact stuff as well. They do more of the stabilizing of things. They do more of the stretching of things. That's why you can release a muscle, go to full extension, and then contract it. That has more to do with collagen. The joints holding the muscle in place into the bone are more with gelatin. They aren't going to move as much. The muscle attached to this bone doesn't move a lot when I do this motion compared to what my bicep muscle is experiencing when I do this motion. We need both in our body. The gelatin is made out of the collagen. The difference is it's just shorter, so it can handle more force. Supplementally, if you want to use gelatin, we keep recipes here that Lori put together. There's a baked chocolate custard. There's a Jello jiggler. There's a popsicle, right? Yeah, a peanut banana chocolate popsicle. We can always print out copies for you of these ones. Just great to have around the house. So you can get collagen, so you can get gelatin into your body. All right, example programs to optimize collagen. If we wanted to make sure we were taking care of things like teeth and bones, we would be looking at the Cyruta Plus paired with Biodent, Immuplex, and Spanish Black Radish. Now that can feel like a lot because it's 4 different supplements just for like a tooth or bone protocol. But I'll tell you, all the clients I've ever had dealing with osteoporosis didn't care because they were just worried about their bones getting unhealthy. So when I was like, hey, it's going to be a bunch of different things, but it works. I've seen it work before. We'll make it work again. They go, all right, bring it on. Skin, I'm going to use the same color that I used for skin over here. Example protocol for helping skin collagen would be the C Synergy, the Livoplex, and the manganese B12. They might be concerned. You're saying, Drew, your beloved Spanish black radish isn't up here. Fear not. Spanish black radish is an ingredient in Livoplex. So when you take Livoplex, you get Spanish black radish. It's one of my favorite things to dork out about. Standard Process has a lot of different combination products. So we can get a person 15, 16, 20 different supplements, but only have them go home with 3 or 4 bottles, which is awesome because diversity of nutrient makes a huge difference in the body's outcomes. And then if we were going to do tendons and ligaments, so joints, a program for that would look something like the Ligaplex 1, the Zinc Complex, and Spanish Black Radish. Ligaplex 1 contains manganese. It also contains the ostrophin that I mentioned briefly. Ligaplex 1 also has their vitamin C product. Cataplex C is one of the ingredients. This is a great combo product. We spoke about it on the live stream about 3 months ago. I only know that because I saw the video playing in the lobby the other day. Otherwise, I don't memorize what I talk about on every live stream. This one, they say it's 4 different products in one, but one of the products that's in there is a 3-in-1 product itself. So when you take Ligaplex 1, it's like taking 6 different standard process supplements, which is pretty awesome. It has the manganese, it has bone support and joint support, it has the whole food vitamin C in it. Um, the zinc complex gives us the copper and the zinc, Spanish black radish for your sulfur. This combo is really common in my athletes, or some slight variation of this combo, really common in my athletes. Yeah, okay. We got Kelly here, and she's like, yep, looks like mine. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, and you're doing powerlifting nowadays. That's a really important thing to have on board for that structural stuff. Those cords. Many of these supplements show a synergistic effect when they're combined. So beyond collagen and gelatin in the body, we even see different combinations of these supplements can do other things for us. As soon as somebody starts to take Livoplex, they may have initially taken it for the collagen in their skin, but it's still going to help their liver. Somebody might have started the tooth and bone protocol for osteoporosis support. Immuplex is still going to give them immune system support. So this goes way beyond when we're using these whole food supplements from Standard Process. They're doing a lot for us. And when they're combined, they do a bunch of stuff for us. All right, that's what I had prepped. Questions, comments, concerns? Yeah.
So if you're taking your collagen
Yeah.
daily, it's helping out with the gelatin production still by just taking the collagen.
Yeah. When we ingest any protein, it has its own set of those amino acids, those building blocks. But when that hits our stomach acid, it all crumbles. Now, the building crumbles, the bricks are okay. And then depending on what your body needs, your body will reassemble the bricks in a certain order. So if you need gelatin and you eat collagen, your body will reassemble those collagen bricks into gelatin bricks. It's just a shorter stack of bricks. Same bricks, the glycine, hydroxyproline, and proline. Those 3 are the bricks. But it's just a shorter pile. Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah.
Collagen for like hypermobility. I think I have some hypermobility in my joints.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Very good. I'm
Okay.
really glad you're asking this. One of the spots where it gets hung up, though, is we have to have adequate manganese with it. With hypermobility, so a joint that goes too far for ideal, it's think of joints like rubber bands, and they should go to a certain stretching point and then retract. And they should be able to do that just again and again and again. With hypermobility, what happens often is that they don't quite retract all the way, and then they start to stretch out further and further until ultimately they're hypermobile. Manganese is like industrial rubber bands for your joints, so that once you stretch them, they snap back into place. So if you have hypermobility, I want to make sure you're on a manganese product, and I think you do Ligaplex. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so that's what I would have you use, and then that's helping undo that hyper part of the mobility. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Lori.
I currently do the Great Lakes Collagen.
Yep.
Can a person consume too much of collagen powder in a day?
Oh, it's a good question. So too much collagen can be a thing. And it's going to be an individual thing. So I'm going to have you consider this. It's not a certain amount of collagen, it's a certain percentage. When it becomes greater than, wait, that's backwards. When it becomes greater than 1/3 of your intake of protein. So you can take a lot of collagen in, so long as you're getting protein from other sources. Yeah.
90 grams of protein.
Yep.
Say you got 90 grams.
Perfect.
Greater than, you don't want greater than 30 grams.
You got it. Nailed it. So if you're doing 90 grams of protein a day, 30 grams that can come from collagen or gelatin. Beyond that, that's when it's too much collagen or gelatin relatively.
What happens to the excess?
It's not very efficiently used. It tends to increase things like bloating. That kind of brings me to when I hear some health practitioners talk about collagen not being good for the gut. I often think it's that people are using too much collagen, and then their body is upset because it's trying to break that stuff down and put it to work. But the body can only use so much collagen in a day. And that's why we want to keep it at that. Don't go beyond it being 1/3 of your daily protein intake. Yeah. Yeah, really good question. Some of the misinformation or misunderstanding about collagen does get into amounts of it when we talk about it causing like bowel distress or gut issues. But we need collagen for the health of the lining of our gut. We just want to get the right amount. Other questions bubbling up. Kelly's good. Lori, you're good. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching After the Facts. Thank you for being here, whether it was in person or on Zoom. We love having that. It's Saturday. It's the second Saturday of the month. That's when we do the Simple Supplement Strategy workshops. This Thursday will be the third Thursday of the month, and we will be going over protein in general. So way beyond just collagen.